Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing tonight? My name is Matt Jarbo. Welcome back to Hollywood After Dark for the 21st of April, 2000 and motherfucking 20. It is the day post 420, which means that everyone was hungover, I assume. But there was a lot of news that dropped today, real news that dropped today. I'm surprised, even during this whole pandemic, even during this whole COVID-19 situation, it's still nice to see that Hollywood in it of itself is still functioning on some core level, that it's still moving in some fashion, that we have stuff to talk about, even though we don't necessarily have things to watch. And that's unfortunate. So here's how tonight is going to play out. What we're going to do is we're going to go through some questions I asked you guys to submit. I asked it like 45 minutes ago, real quick. Got a whole bunch of submissions right off the bat. Worked up some quick graphics, so it gives us some subjects to discuss tonight, and that is cool. You guys are great. Thank you very much for that, giving me stuff to talk about based upon today's news and information. Then after that, we'll be opening it up to you guys coming on to talk about what you guys want to talk about movie related, and we'll be dropping that link here in the chat in just a few minutes. So why don't we dive in to the first story of the day? This is the first question coming in from Brian, asking, what do you think of the news that The Mandalorian Season 3 has begun production? Now, this kind of caught me off guard today, I will fully admit, and the reason why it did has a lot to do with the fact that yesterday IGN dropped that amazingly funny 420 themed teenage Baby Yoda trailer where it was just, him as a pothead. It was funny. It was cute. It was amazing. I loved it. I thought it was pretty good. Now, today we're hearing that apparently Season 3 of Mando is already in the works. This is coming in from, comingsoon.net is asking the question right now. Mandalorian Season 3 reportedly in the works. And they say here that while fans anxiously await the second season debut of the Disney Plus hit Star Wars spinoff series The Mandalorian, Variety has brought word that the streaming service has already reportedly begun development on Mandalorian Season 3. Now, this is not coming from any Tom, Dick, and Harry, anyone with a bucket of popcorn or a YouTube channel or a small blog. This is coming from Variety, so this is absolutely legit. They have sources that the rest of us could only dream of and that the rest of us simply have to report on. So sources are saying, and not the we got this covered kind of sources, but real sources, actual true live sources. If you poke them, they will bleed. And then they will give you more information because they hate pain. So you got to keep stabbing. Anyway, so sources are reporting that creator Jon Favreau has been hard at work writing Season 3 for a while, and that the art department at Lucasfilm, Vice President and Executive Director Doug Chiang, has been creating concepts for a third season for the past few weeks. Another source with inside knowledge of the production has confirmed that the production design department began working on the third season on April 20th, mentioning that the department needed such a huge lead time to get work on new concepts. Now, to me, that is effing cool, man. Think about that. They need a lot of time because they've already filmed Season 2. Remember, they started filming Season 2 before Season 1 even dropped. They wrapped a couple months ago. We're hearing now about everything with Rosario Dawson and Michael Biehn coming into the show and whoever else is going to pop up. It's going to be a ton of cameo appearances from a ton of different people who want to now be in what I would argue as probably the most popular show in the world when Season 2 drops. Stranger Things, The Witcher, get the out of here, you pieces of crap. Nobody wants you anymore. You're old news, you trash, you garbage. Make way for the Baby Yoda. Make way for all that to happen. Truth of the matter is going to be a lot going on with this, but working on it now gives you an idea for the scope and scale that they're able to do. And as time moves on, as time progresses forward, what we're going to see out of this is going to be, I think, pretty cool in regards to the level of, what's the word I want to use here? It's going to be pretty cool in regards to the scope and scale and size of the show. You have to look at the stagecraft technology. I've talked about it before. I've openly gushed about it before. The way that they're able to pre-render and pre-build all of the digital sets and then use that in the stagecraft in order to be able to light the show, light the actors, light the scenes using what appears to be real life realistic lighting effects, dynamic lighting, using a game engine is all cool. So as they progress with this, Lucasfilm will be able to then, really design everything right off the bat, and they'll be able to do it faster on a digital front, and then that would give them ample time to design props and costumes and everything else. I mean, think about it like this. The first season of The Mandalorian was roughly $100 million in regards to the budget. That's the rumor. That's what we heard. $100 million budget is what they're saying. That's nuts. That's nuts. That's completely crazy that they wanted that they gave it that much money. But when you see what they put into it, I mean, Baby Yoda himself was $5 million, and they didn't have any other thing on there. They just had $5 million on that. So yeah, if they're already working on it, if Favreau is already working on it, he's already writing it. That means Filoni is already heavily involved as well. It does appear, based upon what we know from the ending of season 1 of Mando and what's happening right now in the Clone Wars, the Mandalorian, quite frankly, is where things are going to be at. This is where they want to take it, the whole culture of Mandalore, and tying in a lot of Filoni's characters in live action form. So what does season 3 mean? Who knows? Is it going to be younger Lando? We've been hearing some talks about that. Are they going to bring in Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian as a backdoor pilot into that series that you're now hearing about from multiple sources, not just Mikey Sutton? Grace Randolph has dropped that info as well. So that is something to consider. We are looking at the future of this live action Filoni Favreau Star Wars universe on Disney Plus, and the fact that they're already working on season 3 means that Iger, Chapek, Kenneth, I don't know who's cutting all the checks around here, but what we know for certain is that good things are happening, good things are upon us, and we're going to get some seriously good Mando news here coming up soon, because I don't know about you boys and girls and ladies and gents and whatever in between, whatever you identify as, I don't know. But I'm going to tell you what I do know. I'm going to tell you that right here, right now. In the eyes of the Lord, we need more Mandalorian. We do. There's not much else going on right now, I feel like. So I just want more Mandalorian. That makes me happy. I love Mando. I love Baby Yoda. So anyway, thank you very much for that question. And that's good to talk about. Let's dive into the next one here that came in from DeMarcus, asking, with Warner Brothers dropping SCOOB to VOD, do you think it will have the same success as Trolls? And that was actually something that caught me off guard today. I was kind of surprised that they were going to be doing this. I was kind of surprised that Warner Brothers was going to take this movie and drop it to VOD. Now, this is what's going on here. According to Cinema Blend, they're saying that Warner Brothers is bringing another movie straight to homes, skipping a theatrical run. Because we already know everything's been moving out of the way. Everything's been moving. Theaters are not even really going to be opening up here officially, at least in my state, until maybe mid next month. Georgia is definitely on a different path. We're going to be talking about that here in a few minutes, but this is what it says right now. The 3D animated film based upon the Scooby-Doo cartoon was originally set to hit theaters on May 15th, but will now be available to rent and buy on digital on that date instead. Warner Brothers will offer 48-hour rentals for $19.99 with the choice to buy the title for $24.99. This is coming in through the Hollywood Reporter. Again, not some Tom, Dick, and nut job. The blog. This is some real news here. Now, the decision follows in the footsteps of Universal's unprecedented decision to release Trolls World Tour straight to home videos, or straight to homes earlier in April, to the dismay of cinema owners. And that was funny too, because they came out, they were like threatening them. Cinema owners were like, you will rue the day, Universal. You'll rue the day, you bastard. You can't mess with us. Do you know who we are? King Kong ain't got nothing on me. I run Cinemark, bitch. That's how I kind of that's how I take that conversation as having happened. But no, really, they did say here that according to Universal, it scored the biggest first weekend for a digital title. And the rumors are that it actually grossed somewhere in the neighborhood of about $60 million. Or not 60 million, 40 to 50 million in 48-hour home video rentals at $20 a pop. Now, that's the estimate right there. We really have no way of knowing how true it is. We have no way of knowing anything else on that front. But what we do know is that this is what they're saying. And so if this is what they're saying, Warner's is like, well, hey, man, let's put Scooby-Doo out there. Why not do it like this? Why not try it? I mean, clearly kids are going to be starved for content. But I don't know if Scoob is going to be the right movie. I could be alone. I could be the only one out there willing to speak the truth when it comes to this issue, to speak the truth when it comes to Scoob. And that is, it looks like utter gutter garbage. It does. And you guys know me. I don't want to hate on anything. The movie could be good. I'm going to watch it. I'll rent it. My daughter is going to love it. I'm sure of that fact. But the movie does not look good. Now, I am partial, very partial, by the way, to the 2003 James Gunn written film, the first live action movie. I adore that movie to the end of time and back. I do. This one just looks horrendous to me. I don't know why. It just does. Nothing about it strikes me as interesting. But that being said, I will give it a shot. I will give it a watch, and I will definitely review it on the channel so people can find out what I think, if anyone cares, which at this point in time is entirely a crapshoot. But hey, you're here, you're listening. I appreciate that. So let's dive over to the next one here. The third topic of the day, if I'm ripping off John Campea. And this is the one that I think everyone out there is really going to be talking about, the whole Venom 2 teaser, right? This is what they said. Venom, Let There Be Carnage sounds dumb. Why not call it Maximum Carnage? Is coming in from Shelly. Thank you, Shelly, very much for that question. I've been seeing this floating around. A lot of people asking the question, why are they calling it Let There Be Carnage? I don't know. It's a dumb title to me. It really is. I was like, that's it? That's what you got? That leaves nothing to the imagination. You know, it's not like, I would have preferred like Venom Full Anal, and it would be like, ooh, I can kind of see where this is going to go. Yeah, there's going to be lots of carnage of the booty. Maybe that's the adult XXX knockoff. Maybe that's the thing. But let's find out more. Coming in here from a movie web article that says the Venom teaser arrives to reveal Let There Be Carnage logo. Now, I don't hate the logo there. I like it. I do kind of like that. But I also feel Carnage should be red. Maybe I'm just being a stickler. Maybe I'm just being an old curmudgeon-y Matt, right? Oh, why isn't Carnage red? Just the color red. That's what red do, you bastards. And that's my old get off my lawn voice. Now it says here, after getting a delayed release date and an official new title, a new teaser video for Venom 2 has been released online, now called Venom, Let There Be Carnage. The new title flashes along with the movie's updated premiere date in a short video posted to the Instagram account of Tom Hardy. Well, why would I read about it? Let's see it for ourselves. Okay, so not much. It's a teaser. Everyone wants a trailer, and they should get a trailer at this point. The movie is far enough along into production to give us something to salivate over. But if the movie was still coming out in October, then we'd get it. But the fact that they're moving it back 7-8 months to June is very fascinating. Now, obviously, if you have followed the comics at all, if you know anything about the storyline at all, you know that there's going to be Cletus Cassidy, who becomes Carnage, the ultimate foil for Venom, but not a person, not a monster, not an entity that Venom will be able to stop along on his own. And this kind of ties in to the question that was asked, and that is, why not call it Maximum Carnage? Because people want Carnage. They've been asking for Carnage for a long time, ever since Spider-Man 3. Like, hey man, Spider-Man 3 was kind of shit. No one quite liked Topher Grace's Venom, but you gonna give me Carnage, motherfucker? Like, you better give me Carnage. If you don't give me Carnage, there's gonna be some hell to pay. And they didn't do it because Sam Raimi didn't want to do it. And I don't blame him. He kind of shoehorned it in. Now it's not shoehorned, it's a whole series. But here's the thing. Here's what you kind of need to know on this particular situation. And that is everything to do with the fact that when you look at what they're trying to do, look at the release dates. Okay, so they moved Morbius back to March. So Venom 2 is probably going to be moved as well, only because Morbius coming first would then have a lead-in, a tie-in to Venom to kind of solidify that universe, which is what it needs to be. Now, they're releasing Venom, Let There Be Carnage merely 5 weeks. Or not even, maybe not even that long. Like, we don't know. Like, between then and Spider-Man 3. That is a close thing. That is a very, very, very close window done on purpose. They want to use the same Captain Marvel, Avengers Endgame slingshot method to use the hype from Morbius, which is clearly going to have ties to Venom. We know this. To then launch Venom 2 into clearly the $1 billion category. The $1 billion is what's going to be happening. That's what they're going to do. They want the billion. It was so close last time. It was like 860 million. So close. China is going to lose their mind over this movie, provided that Carnage doesn't look too much like a damn demon. But because then that's the whole China censorship thing, and it is what it is. But here's the whole reason why it's not called Maximum Carnage. Maximum Carnage is going to be the next movie. It's the Venom 3 is going to be Venom 3 Maximum Carnage. I'm calling it now. I'm a prophet when it comes to these kind of predictions. I'm calling it now. So Venom is going to be that, right? And the reason why it's going to be that is because they're going to find, this is when Spider-Man and Venom are going to team up, right? As Kevin Feige has said, Spider-Man is the only character who has the ability to travel into different universes. And so they're going to bring him over and they're going to have Venom and Spider-Man team up to stop Carnage, because that's the only way it's going to happen. That's the only way they're going to do it. If they don't do it like that, quite frankly, everyone's going to be losing their goddamn mind over it. You know it, I know it, and it is quite frankly just, well, where we find ourselves with this bit of information right now. But again, I want to hear your thoughts on this one. Do you think that Maximum Carnage is going to be the name of Venom 3? I feel that seems to make the most amount of sense. But of course, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions down in the comments below. And we'll jump into the fourth question of the day, which came in from Aaron, asking, what do you think of Georgia reopening movie theaters this week? Is it too soon, or will it be a win? Now, I am of the belief that opening up movie theaters right now is not the right call. As much as I love movies, as much as I'm scratching, I'm itching like a meth head who hasn't had a fix in like months to go and see a movie. I'm getting ready to claw my teeth out, sort of thing. I haven't gone to see a movie in theater since Sonic the Hedgehog. That is a long time. And we're coming up in the summer movie season when it's like every week I'm at the theaters. That's out of the question this year, and that's unfortunate. But there's a reason for that. There's an absolute reason for this, and I don't think that the governor of Georgia necessarily is in the right frame of mind. But I do have personal choice thoughts about Brian Kemp myself. But anyway, let's take a look here at what the article is saying here. Georgia plans to reopen their theaters next week, and by that it means this Friday. They actually are going to be reopening them on Friday, with restaurants set to follow on Monday. Saying that Georgia will begin to reopen theaters early next week. Governor Brian Kemp made the announcement today. Kemp says that movie theaters, which will be subject to special social distancing and other sanitation mandates, will be allowed to reopen next Monday, April 27th. Over the weekend, Kemp announced that drive-in theaters would be able to remain open during the world's current state of affairs. Late last week, the White House laid out a 3-phase template to get businesses across North America back up and running. Kemp here wants to get the state back to work. He also wants to make sure that there are adequate safety precautions that are being handled. The entities in which I'm reopening are not reopening as business as usual, he says. Each of these entities will be subject to specific restrictions, including adherence to the minimum basic operations, social distancing, and regular sanitation. So, yeah. Okay, fine. Listen, you want to sit there and get these theaters to like practice social distancing. Fine. Okay, we're going to have that for a little bit anyway. The average theater at this point in time holds less than 100 seats. The average auditorium holds less than 100 seats, especially if it's a luxury auditorium. So social distancing in that is going to take your 65-seat theater, and I'm just using my local theater as an example, but like take 65-seat theater and it's going to cut it down to like 30 seats. Now that's going to cut into a lot of profits that, movie studios are going to definitely be wanting to get their hands on. Now, if they're going to be treating the social distancing guidelines and all the other restrictions as in you cannot serve food to these people directly, that could then cut down on concession stands. And people, if they're afraid to go to the theater, they're going to be wearing masks and gloves, and they're not going to want to get concessions while they're watching their movie. And since concessions are how theaters generally tend to pay their employees, that is how they make their money for them. That's going to cut into that. And it's not necessarily going to be the most worth it for these particular employees to go back to damn work. Now, here's a question then, too. And I don't know if he addresses this or that someone addresses this or whatever, but what if these furloughed employees are like, man, I don't want to go back yet. Like, we haven't flattened the curve. People are still dying in Georgia. There were 52 deaths from COVID yesterday. You know, there's several hundred cases, new cases every single day. People are dying every single damn day. Maybe they don't want to go back to work. Maybe they're like, you know what? It's not that I want to sit at home and do nothing, but I want to live. I want to survive to see another day. I want to be able to say I survived COVID-19 with this terrible t-shirt and god-awful memories of sitting at home and watching awkward sex scenes on Netflix with my mom during nothing but marathons because we have nothing else to do. And I talk about that from personal experience, having seen the movie Private Parts with my mom in theaters back when I was 15. Talk about awkward. Real awkward. Also, Original Sin with Angelina Jolie and Antonio Banderas. Don't watch that with your mother. I'm just going to leave it at that. Anyway, I think that it is, as a person who has spent most of my life, a large portion of my working life, working for movie theaters, I love that industry. I absolutely do. I care about the worker. I care about the employee as much as I care about the experience itself because I know what it takes. I know what goes into it. If we aren't there yet as a country, then you are literally putting people's lives and their safety over profits. I cannot, under any circumstances, get behind that. And again, this is my own personal political soapbox. You can agree or disagree, and it's perfectly fine. But I want every person to ask themselves a question who wants these things to reopen before we are 100% certain that we are going to be able to kick this thing's ass. Are you okay with people dying as a result of reopening things too soon? Because that's exactly where it's going to go. That's exactly what it's going to be. And we can disagree on some of the semantics, but at the end of the day, that is where things are. If you are okay with putting people at risk because you really want to go see Trolls World Tour on the big screen, then that is something you're going to have to wrestle with yourself at night. I personally don't yet. I don't think we're there yet. All the data suggests we're not there. All the data suggests that flattening the curve is working, not overwhelming hospitals, not overwhelming medical personnel as they work night and day and put their own lives at risk to fight this thing. I understand people's anxiety and trepidation and they want to be able to go outside. I get all of that. I do. I get it. I do food delivery. I have not stopped working yet. I do 6-7 days a week. I do this to entertain you guys at night, to have fun talking with you guys at night. I do other content on YouTube to entertain people, right? I do it because I love it. It's something that helps keep me sane. And then I go out and I deliver people's food. I deliver people who have immunodeficiencies, right? Who are sick, who ask me to leave their food outside, who are thankful someone can provide them that service. That's what I provide during the situation: entertainment and food. And even I am making more money than I have in a long time doing it. Even I want there to be further restrictions in place so then people cannot get sick. And that does transfer to theaters. Pornhub is free right now. We'll all survive. We will all survive. 100%. Anyway, let's take a look here at the last one of the day. Real quick though, I'm going to drop the link if anyone wants to come on in. Let's see here. Okay, let's get to the last one here. All right, so Joseph asks the question: now that HBO Max has a release date, do you think it will be a competitor to Netflix and Disney Plus? Yeah, 100%, dude. I watched the HBO Max stuff today, and I was like, yeah. The Disney Plus specifically is going to have itself an uphill battle. Quibi, on the other hand, Quibi. That's a tough one. I'm not going to lie. I've been watching more Quibi. I've been catching up on some of the shows. It's funnier than hell. Like, seriously, that Nikki Fresh show with Nicole Richie, I'm surprised how funny it is. But, man, that's going to have an uphill battle to reach an audience, especially when everyone's at home and they're not mobile, which is what they want. But let's take a look here at what I believe it's the Variety actually says about the issue here. So Variety here is saying, all right, there's that. There you go. HBO Max sets its official launch date. All right, so Warner Media has set the start date for HBO Max. It's slated to barrel into streaming wars on May 27th. The subscription streaming package with some 10,000 hours of content out the gate will debut in May 27th in the United States, priced at $14.99 a month, the same as HBO Now. Warner Media announced the launch date Tuesday after early running ads with the info. Now, $14.99 a month ain't bad. I pay like $16 a month for Netflix, and I have like the I think maybe 8 streams with like 4K UHD, all that shit, and I like it. I pay $7 a month for Disney Plus, the $5 a month for Quibi. I think I pay like $12 a month for Amazon. It's like all these services are. Oh yeah, and I pay $12 a month for Hulu as well. So all of these services are starting to kind of pile up. They are. So I have to kind of like, I have to mitigate. I'm gonna have to manage. So I might like take Hulu, which I like having the ad-free version of Hulu, and I like to put that into, might merge that into that Disney Plus package for $12 a month and get Hulu with ads. Not the best thing I want, but it does save me a little bit of cash. Quibi, I might keep it after 90 days. I might not. It all really depends. Amazon, I mean, there's stuff there, but I don't, Prime sucks now anyway. Not the service, but like just Amazon Prime in general sucks. Not just because of COVID. I mean, like in general, it's like, do you like 2-day free shipping on your products that are Prime eligible? And I'm like, hell yeah, charge me that money, daddy. I'll pay it. And they're like, well, F you then. You got to wait 3 weeks. So yeah, it's at this point, there's not much on Amazon itself that is, I think, worthy to come into it. There's nothing that they have that's it's like the PBS of streaming services where people have it because it's tied into a larger package. Anyway, HBO Max with a tagline where HBO meets so much more. None of it's porn, by the way. None of it's porn. No Cinemax, no Skinemax, no Real Sex, no Cat House of Series. None of those shows that put HBO on the late night Saturday night map from the 90s when we all used to kind of gather around my friend's TV on the weekends. This is when we had dial-up internet, so don't judge me. Don't you judge me, people. We didn't have it easy like the kids nowadays do, where everyone's got a smartphone and 5G. You can just Google TITS and you're good to go. Back then, we had to work for our pornography. And it wasn't even real. It was simulated. No penetration. Anyway, so this is called Hollywood After Dark for a reason. So it will include all the programming from HBO. No, it won't. Not all the programming. As I just pointed out, there's a couple shows specifically. They're not going to have Cat House the series. If you've never seen Cat House the series, you are missing out on a very funny show. Reality show set in a cat house, Bunny Ranch in Nevada. Again, yeah, it was interesting. But they're going to have content like Friends and The Big Bang Theory. Ooh, who cares? The Big Bang Theory's core audience were people like over the age of 65 on CBS. The youngins, the millennials, the Zoomers, the Gen Zers that are going to be popping on into HBO Max are not going to sit there and go, you know what I want to watch right now? I really want to watch me some Big Bang Theory. I think that's going to be a lot of fun right now. I think we're going to have a lot. F that. No one's going to care. Friends, lonely people during COVID might watch it. But COVID could be over by then. We could be back to work by then. So Friends you may not have any left because you're all arguing politics on Facebook. Who knows? South Park. I'll watch the hell out of that one. All the Studio Ghibli films. Yeah, I'll watch the hell out of that too. And movies from Warner, New Line, and DC like Joker, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, The Matrix, Casablanca, The Wizard of Oz. I'll watch those as well. Give me BVS Ultimate Edition. Sure, I own it on Blu-ray, but you know what? Let me stream it. Let me stream a Zack Snyder movie. Give me the Sucker Punch director's cut on there. And that's the thing. They got to start putting these director's cuts. And they got special features. Disney Plus has done that, where they put special features on their movies. And that's cool stuff, man. They got to do more of that. Now, in addition, HBO Max will be stocked with content from other Warner Media brands like CNN, TNT, TBS, True TV, Turner Classic Movies, Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, Crunchyroll, Rooster Teeth, and Looney Tunes. That's a lot. That right there, that the anime alone. I'm not even an anime fan. I don't even like anime. But like all that alone is like, it's good, man. It's like, that's a lot of all the Rooster Teeth stuff. That's some good stuff. Looney Tunes. I saw the new Looney Tunes ad. That looks pretty good. Classic movies. True TV's got a bunch of good shows on there too. Like Adam Ruins Everything. And I think they have one on there called Tacoma PD, which is from the guys behind Super Troopers. So like looks pretty funny. Adult Swim, Cartoon Network. I mean, just imagine like the Metalocalypse and the Aqua Teen Hunger Force and C-Lab 2021. Oh my God, C-Lab 2021 marathons, We could do C-Lab 2021 watch parties. Robot Chicken, Rick and Morty. Well, that's only if we're going to be intellectual, if I'm being honest with you. That is only if we become intellectuals. If we're not intellectuals, then no Rick and Morty, because we're not clearly the fan base. But anyway, I mean, like, look, man, you look at the concept, you look at what they're putting on HBO Max right now, and all things considered, we are seeing a fair amount of stuff here, and it's like that looks pretty good. There is a fair amount of things that are going to be going into this particular show or into this thing that I think is going to end up really, really, really working for the casual audience. And I think, look, Netflix and Disney Plus, I mean, that's like, they may not have the most original content. I watched that trailer today and they showed Doom Patrol's coming over, which means in my mind, like DC Universe is dead. Fold in Harley Quinn, make it official, bring that over, put it out to a larger audience of people to build an actual goddamn fan base over what is right now probably the best animated show that no one is really watching because they can't watch it, whatever, unless they have a service. And there's a lot. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how things turn out. But quite frankly, I'm excited for HBO Max. I'm probably going to get it at least for a month to give it a shot to review it. But the thing is, if you notice, there wasn't any actual new content, right? There was no mention of new content. And that to me is going to be coming down the pipeline. But, when you're launching a new service and you don't have new content, that's a little bit on the weird side. Anyway, I'm excited for it. The question that becomes, are you? All right. So that was good. That was fun. Okay, let's see here. Garrick here says, I guess there's no point in getting DC Universe. Not really anymore, man. But like DC Universe was a creation before AT&T took over. So it was meant to be this niche thing then. And then it's like, but once they announced HBO Max, you're like, yeah, just fold in DC Universe. I mean, they already can have Joker, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman. Those are movies that are on DC Universe. Not Joker, but those are the kind of movies you would see over there. So yeah, there's no point in getting it. All right. So we have Brian popped in. Hey, what's up, dude? Oh no, he's not actually here. He maybe stepped away for a second. Unless he joined and then he left. This is the problem, folks. If you're listening to this to VOD or the podcast, which, by the way, I just want to announce, Hollywood After Dark is going to be going to iTunes very soon. I just have to create everything I need to do it. So that's going to be happening. And he quit. He's shy. Yeah, and he's not shy. He texts me every day, but yeah. Let's see here. How are you, Matt? My TV is 65 inches long. Anthony, I know your TV is big. We talked about this last night, but that sounds like such a presumptuous statement to make. Like you just roll up on some dude. Hey, how's it going? Did you know that my TV is 65 inches long? I'm not a woman in a bar, Anthony. You can't sway me with that unless, again, you have to put it and send it to my P.O. box. I can do it. Let's see. Astro Josh here says, Disney Plus is dead to me now. Other than Star Wars, they're going to have to really up their game. I think HBO Max, dude. Let me just quickly say this before I bring Brian on. When you look at the market share, like, okay, the two main studios are Disney and Warner's. Disney wins for tentpole. Warner's wins for like overall market share. And yeah, so there's a lot of content across a whole plethora of TV and shit. And, I think like, if they're like, oh, hey, by the way, we have Blade Runner, we're going to have Blade Runner 2049, we're going to have all these classics, all the Matrix movies are going to be there, all this other stuff. I think people are going to really check it out. And like, I'm excited for it. I love Warner Brothers content. And so I really want to see what's going to happen. Plus, what if they bring all of like the DC animated movies, which again, should be on DC Universe, but are probably going to be over with all the other anime that is fucking on, fuck it. I can say what I want. It's all fucking on DC Universe. Anyway. So let's see here. Let's see here. Geeks and Gamers stopped watching Clone Wars because of he wasn't even watching it in the first place. He saw someone's hair and he lost his shit. That's what he did. Anyway. All right. Brian, are you there?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
All right. Hey, Brian.
Matt?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. I don't know what the hell happened. I guess my connection dropped or something like that or whatever. So it's all good.
So yeah, what's going on, man?
Well, not so much. I actually, fun thing. I reminded myself. I told myself that Brazil Comic-Con was supposed to happen this month, and I was recalling this. And I was recalling, didn't they were supposed to show the Venom 2 teaser trailer there versus doing this whole online spiel that they released this for the titles today, or no?
I mean, Brazilian Comic-Con takes place in December.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, and they're a big DC fan base there. They love,
Yeah.
they love it there. Like I get that. I get,
Yeah.
what like the DC Warner's loves. Like, okay, you have to look at it like this. Warner's loves going there, so Marvel loves to take it over.
Yeah.
Anything. This is why I'm actually really excited for HBO Max and all the DC content, because for one, now it's going to be an actual fight. When it was like Jeff Loeb versus Greg Berlanti kind of won out on everything. He really did. I mean, Loeb had the Netflix shows, which are great, and those I think Daredevil itself like makes up for is better than 98% of all of the Arrowverse, but the Arrowverse was fucking connected.
Oh, it was.
You know,
yes,
and people love that. They want that. And yet that's the thing I don't get is like people like, oh no, we want connectivity. And Marvel TV, no. DC movies, no. But you flip that, and then it's like you get the TV and then you get the movies from Marvel. It's super weird.
Yeah.
How they're putting it together, obviously. And so anyway, but I think Berlanti I think he's gonna get ousted, if I'm being fair.
Yeah.
And I say that because you don't pay J.J. Abrams fucking $250 million to come on in.
Yeah.
And then the first thing they announce he's going to be working on, I mean, collectively announce, is going to be, Justice League Dark Show.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, but wait, what about the guy doing all the other shows? Yeah. No. Like take your crap and leave it on CW, man. We're on fucking HBO Max now.
So the thing that bugs me is that when I was reading the whole bundled news, I'm like, but how the fuck are they gonna make a Shining series? That's just like, okay, you did with Doctor Sleep, I can understand that that's a sequel, but how can you make a possible TV series to extend I don't know how that's possible. Like, I don't know, what do you think they're gonna do with that? So
I mean, they're going to do quite a bit with all this stuff. I don't know how it's all going to play out.
Yeah.
You know, but I think they're going to look at it from the perspective of right now when it comes to entertainment.
Yeah.
And especially now in the world we're in now. And that new norm, that new reality is going to stay where it's at for quite some time. I think they realize that people want to watch this content and they're willing to pay for it over the long haul, you know, and that is going to ultimately end up working. You know, look at it like this. Netflix has 100 million people, right? Like worldwide.
Right.
And you estimate, let's just estimate $10 a month on average across the board. Because I don't know what it all breaks down to.
Right.
What's 100 million times 10?
A lot.
A lot of money, right?
Yeah.
That's over $1 billion, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or that is $1 billion. I think no wait, that might 100 million. I don't know, man. Like that's a lot. It's a lot of money.
It's a shit ton of money. Yes, it is.
It's a shit ton of cash, and they make a shit ton of cash. Well, I'm actually going to do the math on this one here. There we go.
Yeah.
Hold on. 100 million. There we go. 1 billion. Wait, no, hold on. I did my math wrong. It doesn't matter here. Hold on. 100 million. There we go. Times 10. I want to make sure I got this right here. And this is 1 billion. I know that going in. It's that 9 zeros club, or according to Office Space, or not Office Space. God damn it, what's it called?
Google Calculator?
No. Silicon Valley.
Oh,
the Trace Commas Club is that's how the billionaire club is called, the Trace Commas Club. Anyway, so you've got they're going to be focusing a lot of their attention on that, and I think they're going to be building that from there. And if you want my honest opinion, they're going to have JJ also probably end up working heavily with DC Comics. In that film department for quite some time, because you don't bring him in and give him a DC show without tying it into the larger DC universe. Like you don't go you don't tell the guy who rebooted Star Trek and Star Wars, you know, and go, we're just going to give you one show. Right. Like no, it's not. That is the first step in this 5-year agreement. But it's, again, the 5 years, it's kind of dumb because these movies, how many do you get in 5 years?
Yeah.
You don't get that many.
No, you don't. No, I agree.
And I mean, look at Snyder. We had Man of Steel 2013, BVS 2016, Suicide Squad 2016, Justice League and Wonder Woman 2017. That's 4 years in 5 movies.
Yeah, that's a lot. Well,
yeah. But as for doing the Shining stuff here, Safety Zoom makes a good point here. He says Stephen King has established a ridiculously convoluted shared universe that's just begging to be made into its own Marvel Netflix. Google the insane flowchart and screen it. Yeah, let me. If you send me a link on Discord, I'll take a look at that too. Well, also see, here's the thing though: is Stephen King had this Dark Tower universe.
Yeah, right.
And here's they shot a fucking pilot for that show, right? They shot a pilot on Amazon.
I did not know that.
See, when I talk about Amazon not having anything right now, I know people are going to comments are going to go, but they got Lord of the Rings. Where is it?
Yeah, where is it? I'm waiting to fork it over.
You give me Lord of the Rings, and I will literally it's just I will enjoy it to the end of time.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that quite a bit. But it's not only that, they're also doing Wheel of Time, which I'm really excited for too, because I love Wheel of Time. So Amazon is where you go for book adaptations, really.
Yeah, correct.
At this point, but when it comes to Stephen King, it's kind of there's a mishmash, right? So you've got Netflix, which is doing some kick-ass stuff with the shorter novellas,
right?
Hulu, which is J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot, produced Castle Rock and 11/22/63, which
I remember that.
I know there are people out there who don't like 11/22/63. They like the book better. I adored the miniseries. I was so bummed when it was over,
right?
Because just the way it ended. If you haven't, I'm not going to ruin it for if you haven't seen it. But it was James Franco did a very good job, and the female lead did a very good job, and it was very tragic.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that sucks. But it was super good. And so what we're going to see here is probably if Stephen King is working with HBO Max.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get that weird It follow-up, because there were talks, I heard some rumblings.
Yeah.
That they wanted to do more with It.
Yeah.
Originally it wasn't just going to be chapter 1 and chapter 2. It was going to be like
a multi-universe, right?
Yeah, it was gonna be like chapter 3 or something. Well, how the fuck would you do chapter 3?
No idea.
Is it 27 years later, they're all dead except for one? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do it.
Me either. But the thing that interesting that surprised me, I was thinking most would this actually also be signed from the Cooper's family too, or for also having involved with doing the show, or no?
I don't think so. Because I mean, it's famously known that King hated the Kubrick version of The Shining.
Yeah,
which is why Dr. Sleep worked Mike Flanagan. I think it was Mike Flanagan.
Yeah, it was Mike Flanagan.
Worked effortlessly. Yeah, he worked his ass off to kind of find a tonal commonality between the book Dr. Sleep and The Shining the movie in order to bridge those together. And I haven't seen Dr. Sleep yet, but everyone I've talked to has been like, it is amazing, it is great, it is wonderful, you need to see it. And everything else. And I think that would be here Garrick says make an It prequel and it would take place during colonial times.
Okay.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah.
So, are we talking about like AHS Roanoke here, or are we talking about
most likely? I would say if they really want to tie it in, they would Roanoke Island. Pennywise the Clown just seems to make sense, but it wouldn't be Pennywise. It'd be way more than that.
Oh, good God! Don't make it like M. Night Shyamalan's The Village. Oh, hell no! Oh,
actually,
God.
that's one of his better movies. I don't know.
What? Are you serious? I didn't like that movie.
That movie requires a lot of thought to dive into it, because if you have to look at it from the societal aspect, you have to look at it from the lore. You have to when you find the whole picture and you figure out what's going on, or you're told what's going on. It then all of a sudden becomes this, oh wow. So then when you watch the movie again, you can then look for those little aspects that are going to be there. Okay, so hold on here real quick. We're going to bring this up. Oh my God,
he really found it. Oh my God.
He found, is it 2 images or just one?
Oh my God. Wow.
Let's see here. Hold on. I'll bring it up here. Hold on, Josh. I see in the behind the scenes, man. I see you in the backstage. Okay. So, this is apparently one of the flow charts. If not, I'm sure there's more, of this one. There we go. Josh, what's going on, man?
Hey.
Okay. So this is the Stephen King universe, apparently.
Wow.
Flow chart.
Holy hell.
And I mean,
hey, Josh.
this is what happens when a man does a lot of cocaine.
Holy shit! This
acid and LSD.
You know how Christian Bale? Not Christian Bale. It's Christopher Nolan. He does the whole universe of Inception, and also his was the Interstellar. Yeah, this kind of reminds me of it.
Well, we don't talk much about the ending of Interstellar anymore, so
No, we don't.
I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah.
I really did not like the ending of Interstellar. Oh, hey, wow, we got Mad Max, The Mandalorian.
Hey, what are we talking about?
We're talking about
flowchart.
the Stephen King flowchart right now.
Okay.
It's
Cool.
it looks like someone did cocaine.
Well, yeah, so it's like here's Stephen King, and then here's all of his creations and how they all kind of flow together.
That is a lot.
But where's the tortoise?
Where's the I think you said TARDIS for a second. I'm all like, that's Warner Brothers, but fuck off. It would be over here in the Pennywise area, I believe. But I see Henry Bowers at the Losers Club. I don't see the tortoise.
The tortoise.
Or the world isn't like the world turtle. Or is it like
Even Stephen King is the world turtle.
Yeah, I mean that's I think a lot of what it is. And eventually all of these things will probably end up being.
Is this all Stephen King's works? All
Yeah.
of them actually? Wow.
Yeah. I mean, like the dude's insane.
Yeah.
He's insanely gifted, but I would also argue that he's pretty insane as well.
Does it mention the fog?
I don't think he did the fog.
Oh. Or was
You're talking the mist. The mist.
The mist, yeah.
The
mist,
fog
yeah.
is John Carpenter.
Yeah, that's Carpenter, yeah.
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 I need
I
to check
like
out
The
the mist. I need to check that out.
Well, you never saw the movie?
I never. No, I've seen the movie.
No,
I
I
haven't
liked the
seen
movie.
the
It was good.
TV show.
Oh yeah, they did the one season of the show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then it fucking died.
Yeah.
So I heard about that. I just never watched
I
it.
didn't see the show. I saw the movie. Wasn't there a movie?
There was a
Yeah,
movie, yeah.
yeah, there was a movie.
That was like the last movie Frank Darabont directed, and that came out in 2007.
Oh, wow.
Did anyone
Is,
see
Garrett's
Under the
asking me
Dome?
if Sleepwalkers part of it too?
Yeah, I did.
How was that?
So okay, there's a story there with Under the Dome, and it's actually really interesting. So originally it was meant to be a limited event series.
Mm-hmm.
They were just going to shoot 13 episodes. It was going to be a summer show. That's what CBS was doing, and then they started co-releasing the show on Amazon. I think it was for purchase on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
You could buy each episode for like $2-3 or whatever the hell, right? Apparently, it did really fucking well.
Ooh.
Like the money was good, like really, really, really good from what I remember reading. And so they said, we're going to do season 2. And then I think they did season 3. And then they just ended it because it was so bad at that point. Because how you cannot take a book like Under the Dome
No.
and then put it on CBS and not have the depravity that takes place in that book.
Right.
So you can't do it. And CBS, they tried, but this is where I'm excited because they are working on The Stand.
Right.
And I think The Stand is for CBS All Access, actually.
Yes, I believe it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah. So it's like this is where Stephen King, all of his stuff. Who's directing? Who's directing that shit? I think Josh Boone is directing it.
Josh Boone? Huh.
Yeah, who did? Yeah. Oh wow, cool. I mean, the guy who did New Mutants. No. He did The Fault in Our Stars in 2014, which was a very popular film.
It was.
Yes.
And then he did The Pretenders, which I don't fucking care. But then he did New Mutants in 2017, and then now he's doing The Stand for CBS All Access.
Oh, wow.
I am more interested in New Mutants now than I've ever been.
Everyone is.
I just like, come on, I want to see it now.
Yeah. So here's the cast though of The Stand, and I really wonder how this is going to play out because I'm gonna list off the female lead, and I wanted your guys' reactions on this one. So James Marsden is going to be playing probably the Gary Sinise character from the original. Amber Heard is also in it.
Really? Still?
Yeah. Well, yeah. The thing is, dude, just like the Ezra Miller quote unquote choking incident.
Yeah.
That's already kind of gone away. No one's talking about that anymore. No one's out there on Twitter going like, "Oh my God, cancel Ezra Miller." It's like no one cares.
No.
Because they investigated it.
I really thought he was done. I'll be honest. I was wrong. I was wrong.
Everyone thought he was done, and I was
too,
kind of
too.
I was a little bit thinking to myself like he's going to be over. I was just thinking I'm like, maybe if this was 2017, he'd be done. Right? Yeah. If this was like the fall of 2017, he'd be done. They would just eviscerate him.
Gonna run out of actors.
Amber Heard is more the bigger talk to this problem. I mean, she can face maximum up to jail, but like say celebrities, they hardly go to jail. So
Well, Amber Heard. Look, here's the thing: they're going to settle out of court.
Yeah.
That's all that's going to happen. They're going to settle out of court, and they're going to figure it out, and they're going to move on with their goddamn day, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Other than that, you're not going to get much out of it. You're really not going to get much out of it.
Yeah.
And really, what's going to keep it going are YouTubers that are going to turn her into the next Brie Larson. But a warranted Brie Larson situation, if you want my honest opinion, because the information that came out about what she did to Johnny Depp
is disgusting.
So I'm totally on board with that. I
like Johnny Depp, but I think they're both crazy.
I think they definitely I think they definitely injured them. I think they both kind of injured themselves. But it was like the thing is though, is like Johnny Depp is a character actor.
Yeah.
Amber Heard is an actor, and I don't quite know if that's a good or a bad thing.
No.
Because Johnny Depp will lose himself in characters. Why people like him so much.
Yeah.
And look at Captain Jack Sparrow. All he has to do is put on Captain Jack Sparrow outfit again, and he's good to go.
He's Captain Jack. Yeah.
But Amber Heard, you're like, oh, who are you?
Yeah.
Mara. Like, who were you beforehand? No one.
She was in Planet of the Apes.
Which Planet of the Apes?
The one with darn it! Now
was she?
Mark Wahlberg?
I believe so.
Oh, that one.
Wait, Amber Heard was in the 2000.
Tim Burton. Yeah. I think that's how they got a relationship with Tim Burton, Johnny.
Maybe.
I think that's how they found each other. My guess.
Let's see. Well, she's 33 years old. I'm looking at her Wikipedia right now. I mean, no, she didn't get started. Her first role, television. No, her first film role was Friday Night Lights in 2004.
Oh wow.
So she wasn't in much of anything really, just little small parts until about 2009. She started in a movie called The Joneses, which is actually really good. It's a movie with Demi Moore and David Duchovny. It's about a family that kind of they keep up with the Joneses. They move into a new neighborhood, like a rich neighborhood, and they start kind of like trying to acquire stuff to be like everybody else.
Right.
It's a solid movie. I saw it in theaters. She was in Drive Angry, that Nicolas Cage movie.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, neither did I. She was in The Rum Diary, and that was Johnny Depp. That's probably where they met. Right. And then she was in like Machete Kills and
I remember Machete Kills,
Magic Mike XXL.
Oh God.
And she was in a few movies here and there. So really not like she's been around, but people know her.
She's not big.
But she's not as big as I think they want. No. She's very attractive, and that's definitely going to do it for her in Hollywood. And that is true. That is just
it's like sells.
That is very much right there.
I just remember that one year they were when Aquaman and Fantastic Beasts were at Comic-Con that year, and they're both promoting both Johnny and Amber, and that was the time when the whole controversy was swirling back, and I was like, I was saying to myself, talk about like awkward, very awkward.
Real quick here, hold on, I'm not able to see through my end, so I'm really sorry, Anthony. I think Anthony put up 100 bits. I don't know what this is. Keep up the good work, Matt. By the way, thoughts on Venom 2. Well, I did talk about Venom 2 earlier. I think it's going to be good. I think Circus is going to do a good job. I think Unleashing Carnage is going to set up for Maximum Carnage, which is going to be the Spider-Man crossover.
Right.
So there's that one. But hold on, Garrick. Bits are kind of like the super chat here for Twitch. Yeah. It's like little bits. They're very inexpensive. I think it's like $1 is 100.
Yeah,
it's I don't understand Twitch and the monetary gain on here. I don't get it, but they don't take 30% like YouTube. So there's that.
Yeah,
no, they don't. This is plus I have more fun on Twitch. YouTube feels more restricted and shit.
Well, you're basically giving your money to Jeff Bezos because Twitch owns Amazon owns Twitch. So
but I mean, to be fair, I pay for Amazon Prime and I give my money to Jeff Bezos. Like I've got.
There he went again.
We're running the show.
Again.
All right, Dr.
God damn it.
On the show.
Let's see. Hold on here. Garrick says, "Look at the filmography of Nick Cage." We'll have to do that one night. We'll do that on a trailer park after.
You need a long video for that.
Nick Cage, you mean?
Well, no, we because Max, we did this before at the Hollywood After Dark trailer park.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I tell you about that at all? I still have the graphic up right here too. So the Hollywood After Dark trailer park is. We had a lot of fun last time, where all the 240p memes came from.
Oh God!
But what I want to do for the next one is I want to do themed. So we'll do like horror movie, action movie, comedy, whatever. But I had this thought today. I think it'd be a lot of fun to sit down and just queue up the entirety of Steven Seagal trailers.
Oh God.
Because of how utterly terrible they are.
Yes.
You
like
know,
even at that time you were questioning like who liked this.
No, at the time I was like, fuck yeah, give me more Seagal because I was 10.
All right.
You know, because I was looking around today and I came across like someone was talking about Marked for Death, and I'm all like, yeah.
No, I like these type of movies. I just never was much of a Seagal fan. I'm like, ugh.
You weren't.
How old are you, Max? Like, I'm just curious.
Mid-30s.
Okay, that's weird that you're not a big Seagal fan. Like, I'm saying that because like when I was a kid, it was like, you know, I didn't care for Above the Law. I didn't really like Above. That was his first one. I thought that was kind of dumb. I just didn't care for it. But then you had like, what was it, Hard to Kill, where he's taking on the Jamaicans.
Right.
And then it's like, no, I think Hard to Kill was the one where he was taking on the mob. I think Above the Law was the Jamaicans.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm not too sure. I haven't gone. But then you have like, you know, was it Under Siege? Under Siege 2. Fucking,
right.
What was the one in the Alaska
right.
where he was like working for the oil company? I think it was Out for Justice.
Uh-huh.
You know, like, I don't know. These movies are just like, they're all fun.
They are.
They're just fun. I've always loved Seagal films. And then he went on to start doing all of these DTV films, and they're terrible. Wow. You think Nick Cage has a terrible, Fire Down Below it was a good one too. Actually, the soundtrack for Fire Down Below was really good.
Yeah.
The final credits song was actually really solid. Plus, I do like me some Susie Amos, so I was kind of partial to that film.
What was that one Nick Cage film? He was actually a gun contractor.
Lord of War.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was really good.
Like the opening credit sequence of Lord of War was awesome, following the bullet from his production to killing a terrorist. It was just was so cool. But I still think it's funny how he's all like because there's that one plot hole that didn't really that plot thread that didn't really wrap up. And it's a question that I have. And if I ever get a chance to meet him again, because I've met him once, I would just ask him like, so did you get AIDS in that movie? Because, and I know it's a question that I shouldn't be asking because it's really not.
Yeah.
It's really not appropriate. But there's a scene where he gets like he's doing like cocaine mixed with gunpowder while he's in Africa, and he's having sex with this prostitute, and the whole time she's on top of him. He's like, "Do you have AIDS? Do you have AIDS?" He's all drugged out. Like, do you have AIDS? And she's like, "Shh, white men. Don't move. I'm going to come." You know, so she's like just totally like not even caring. And then like they never bring it up again. Like, did he get tested? You know, does he have it? I know it's an arbitrary thing to ask. It's one of those like rhetorical things. Like, does he have AIDS? I mean, clearly his life is ruined. I'm pretty sure at this point we're going to argue yes. But I like the movie. That was just the one question I have coming out of it.
Oh, that's interesting. It's
because I pay attention to movies in probably really inappropriate ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Oh, fuck off. It's what I do. Anthony here did say who put up, Garrick here says Exit Wounds. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Exit Wounds is the shit. You ever see that movie?
Yeah.
Seagal and DMX?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
I know.
Dude, it's fucking, I'm going to bring up the trailer. Fuck it.
If that's one I should
240p.
If that's one I should watch, that's one you recommend?
It's a 2001 film. It's DMX, it's Seagal. Ava Mendes actually makes an appearance in the movie.
Really?
Yeah, this is before Too Fast, Too Furious. So this is like I think this was Ava Mendes's first movie too. It's the guy who directed this one also went on to go do Cradle from the Grave.
Oh,
the Jet Li,
yes,
Jason Statham movie that came out. Or no, was it? No, Jet Li DMX. It was Jet Li DMX.
Jet Li DMX, yes.
And then because Jet Li, Jason Statham was I think War was that one.
Yeah, that was
and War. Anyway, so then he also went on to go do the Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun Li.
Oh god,
He did that one as well. But like his best movie is straight up fucking Exit Wounds. Half Past Dead. Yeah, I've seen that one. Hold on, let's check this one out. All right.
240p?
It's not.
Damn.
No audio.
Sound.
Oh fuck. God damn it. God
Okay.
fucking damn. They got to give me the option to like edit this shit. They need to give me the option to like edit and put that up there, because I know I put share audio.
Yeah.
Does that mean there was no audio during the Venom thing too? No one said anything, so I had no fucking idea. It doesn't really matter. I don't want to get that video's going to go tomorrow. All right. Yeah. Okay. So let's try this one again.
There we go.
Talk about police corruption, but no one ever sees it.
This was taken from the property vault just a few minutes ago. Our guys inside said they took about 50 kilos of heroin.
Whew. Someone's having a big party tonight.
Stolen drugs, crooked cops.
The price is $5 million. I think that's a nice round figure. You in?
Makes you think. Are all cops bad? I don't think so.
Having a tough time. Look, you gotta get in and out quick. I'm an expert at this. I can do that in a blink of an eye.
Well, why don't you show us?
Watch.
Sometimes things aren't what they seem.
Yo, this is it.
The cheapest car we have here is $75,000. I suggest
you get started on the paperwork.
Sometimes you have to go undercover.
Used to work for internal affairs. But of all the people around you, how'd you know who you could trust?
To bring justice to the law.
They're all dirty, but I need your help to prove it.
Promised I would always be my brother's keeper. I keep my promises.
Sometimes you have to walk in the darkness to bring the truth to light.
It looks pretty good.
It's great. It's great, dude. A lot of action, actually solid performances, a lot of comedy. Yeah, I love DMX.
It's been a while since I've seen this.
Nice.
Yeah. Andres Bart Kowiak is the dude, but it's also produced by Joel Silver, and that's the thing to remember. So Joel Silver produced movies are awesome.
Yeah.
So when are we gonna do a Steven Seagal marathon?
We need to do it one night. I don't know. I'd figure out when I want to do these things. Probably maybe on a weekend.
See when they're on.
Mostly it's just queue up the trailers and just watch the trailers.
Oh, you mean the trailer?
Yeah, the trailer park. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Because I mean, the thing is, like, this on Twitch. Twitch. I just delete this and Twitch is fine, or they just mute it. But I have this. The VODs are also going to be on YouTube.
You know what other cop movie I haven't seen it? I think I had seen in theaters. It was I haven't seen Chadwick Boseman's movie 21 Bridges, produced by the Russo brothers yet.
I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that because they're currently working on Cherry right now with Tom Holland.
Well, they're finishing up Extraction on Netflix too, which I haven't seen that trailer yet, so I have no idea how that one looks. But
it looks all right.
It's that's the kind of thing. Every time the last couple times we've had a big director doing a big movie for Netflix, it hasn't really been as good as it could have been. I was really surprised with Six Underground that it wasn't better.
That's Russo brothers again. Besides 21 Bridges, they're doing the
they actually
why
they're
are they
shooting
going all these streaming? They should be on the top of the. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with streaming. I'm saying are they working any before this?
Cherry I think is coming to theaters.
Oh, okay.
So there's that. But what we have is a situation where you've got, like with Netflix, they just probably rolled up and dumped a buttload of cash. And it's like, hey, make a movie. Like, we don't care. Because I mean, they're putting out $225 million for Red. Oh God, it's the Red Notice. It's the new one with The Rock, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot. So it's like $225 million. Like when that news story broke, it was like the biggest payout ever for any movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, but it's like The Rock, and you're going like, yeah, no, that doesn't make sense. Ryan Reynolds, I can kind of get after Deadpool, but The Rock doesn't have that pull. He just doesn't have it. But this one, the Russo brothers, I think they wanted to do something non-comic book.
Yeah.
And right now it's like, apparently and I read a thing today that just said that they are still currently talking with Marvel, like, all the time.
Yeah.
Because Feige's going to bring him in.
Yeah.
Would you want them to, if they come back to superheroes, would you want them to come back to Marvel, or would it be cool to see them switch to DC? They're probably not because of JJ's taking over there, but
yeah, I think they would do better, in my honest opinion, sticking with Marvel, but taking a more grounded character.
Right.
Now, if in this, again, perfect scenario, I do think they would make it an excellent Punisher movie.
Yeah. They would.
I think they would make an excellent, and again, I really want
John Bernthal, please.
John Bernthal. You have to do it. Have to do it.
John Bernthal is the only Punisher right now.
I didn't finish the last season because I got mad when it got canceled. So
no, it's good. It ends. I like the way it ended. I like the way it ended quite a bit because it kind of ended like, I don't want to say like as a definitive series finale, but it did wrap up a couple storylines. And
just a heads up, I think I have to watch it soon because it's probably gonna leave at some point.
What? Punisher? Yeah. What I'm hearing is hold on. Hey, what's up, Warm Dog? How you doing, buddy? Hold on. Garrick here says, is it true Punisher season 2 was woke? No.
Where did you hear that?
Who do you think? Who do you fucking think said that?
Groover. Oh my goodness.
No.
I heard Animal Crossing's woke too. Now Butter's woke.
Everything. Everything is woke. Yeah. God, this morning I woke. You know, I was woke this morning. I wasn't happy. So, you know, but I was woke. No, it's so dumb. No, they've killed it. They've killed the terminology. However, no.
Everyone still clicks.
Yep.
They click. You know why they click? Because people are conditioned to click on bullshit.
They think they're doing something. Ooh, yeah. Woke. I'm gonna.
Well, I mean, you know, you've seen Andy Signor's content. Anyway.
Jesus.
Anyway.
Oh my god.
I'm not saying anything. You know, apparently, I kind of riffed on him last night a little bit, like the comment section of that video, because I dropped that clip. People were like, why are you talking crap about a YouTuber? I'm like, because it was a terrible take. Like, it was a bad take to be mad at IGN and to say they lost all their credibility because they put up a fake trailer on 420.
We think, I don't know if I should say this on a stream either. We kind of think alike, Mac, because I did not know you were going to do anything on that. And I was thinking about doing a video myself about that. Like,
I mean, it's mostly just because I happen to randomly tune in because a video auto played to it. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, wait, what? Huh? Wait, no, Andy, no, really? When did you become the old man who yelled at clouds? You know, it's just that's how I take it. Lawn. Yeah, basically, get off my no. You know. Anyway, I don't care about him. But I
want to talk to him. I wasn't feeling it today. I'm gonna try next week. Doesn't he have a stream?
He's got streams every day that just turn into like, hey, my cash.
Be ready, Andy. You know,
let's see here.
Ignore is a new trend.
Yeah, I saw that too. Let's see. Jessica Jones season 2 was woke. No.
Oh my god.
No,
Safety
it wasn't.
Zone, please.
It wasn't.
We're getting to a point where you can't enjoy anything. I mean, everyone's got something to push. If you start canceling everyone too, because you're gonna have no one left to watch.
Wait, what exactly about season 2? Jessica Jones was woke. Was it like the fact that Trish had a relationship with that black guy? It was woke. Never mind, in season 1, Luke Cage and Jessica Jones bumped uglies a lot in the first half of that season.
Yeah.
So
I actually don't remember season 2.
Well, look at this way. I mean,
I watched it, but I don't remember.
Well, okay, hold on. Okay, he says here it went into a Me Too arc. That's true. It did go into a Me Too arc, but that had more to do with, like, the commentary wasn't woke. The commentary was about how parents sold out their children who are stars and put them in these positions in order to gain money and favor.
Which happens a lot in Hollywood.
I'll give you a prime fucking example of this one, right? Roman Polanski, the 13-year-old girl that he sodomized in Jack Nicholson's pool back in 1977, I think. Whenever he did that, her mother put her there. Her mother fed her the drugs and put her there. Put her in those positions. The 13-year-old was put in that position by her mother because she wanted the daughter to get famous. She wanted the daughter to get access. This is why that is not a woke storyline. That's people not knowing history of Hollywood storyline. That's what that is. A woke storyline would have been like if it was, over the top. If it was like what was it? If there would have been like I don't know. It was a commentary on Hollywood It wasn't woke. You got to tell these stories in a way that people are going to relate to. And it's when you start they didn't hammer it. I'm not saying the storyline was good. Trisha's whole arc that season was far too aggressive, in my opinion.
Everything's woke for these trolls that don't leave their house.
No,
they don't know what's outside the doors.
Apparently, the new Dune is going to be woke. That's what,
me and Manga covered that.
I swear, if people are going to say the Agents of Shield the final season is going to be woke, I'm going to be pissed. Seriously,
I don't know.
Agents of Shield final season is going to be woke.
Why, you skeptical about it?
No, I don't know. I haven't seen Agents of Shield since season 3, so I'm gonna play catch up.
I mean, is it worth getting into? You guys that actually watch it?
I mean, it's the final season. I mean, it's after the bloop happens. So,
I mean, anything after Shield, anything after Hydra being revealed as Shield, I just tuned out because Inhumans is awful. It's just,
that was Scott Buck. That was Scott Buck. Let's be fair here on that one. It was
the tie-in didn't really help it either. I didn't really care it either.
Well, I mean, the thing is the tie-ins that they were going to do with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 3 leading into Inhumans was so vastly different than what we got.
Agreed.
And it was basically going to be the X-Men storyline. It was going to be mutants without mutants. Yeah. And I kind of thought that was cool. That's how they were going to get around that whole, rights issue. And then now it's all up in the air. Everything's out in the air. We don't know what's going to happen. It's all nuts. So
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't even matter. It's not even real. Is it even canon anymore?
Was it ever canon to begin with?
This is a good
question.
Well,
yeah, I mean, consider this that was after the snap happened. So,
okay, Garrick says Marvel's New Warriors is woke, right? Yes. Yes, I will say yes. I will say yes.
Terrible.
But I also think it's being done that way on purpose. Mm-hmm. So it's it's satirical woke. I'm still gonna fucking read it. I'm still gonna read it.
If you didn't know Marvel made it, you would think that Comicsgate did it to make fun of it.
Yeah, you would really think that it came in from some.
So they failed. I'm like, this is horrible.
Yeah,
but it's one comic. I mean, it's not the whole industry. It's one comic. Come on.
It is. I mean, Marvel Television is on an interesting path right now. I mean,
well, you hear about what happened today, right?
What happened?
The showrunners for Hellstrom and The Punisher were both relieved of their Marvel TV contract.
Really?
Yeah. So it's this force majeure clause. And the idea, and I was reading about it in the Hollywood Reporter, and the idea essentially is that you're going to hear about this a lot, where because of COVID-19, so many of these production companies and these shows are working on are just going to get shut the hell down. And then people are going to be released from their contract. So it's just going to cause a lot of unemployment in Hollywood.
Shows are just never going to get to conclusion.
Here we go. And Griefer who says, was X-Men woke when it came out in the 1960s? Here's the thing too, right? Every one of these people, every one of these, and I'm loosely calling them people at this point. I have to think of other words that are going to be funnier, like rudimentary fucktards. There we go. So these blistering chuckle fucks, right? These complete moronic, smegma infested, just feces faces. They go, oh my god, the new Star Trek is so woke. It's so woke. It's so god awful. It's terrible. Okay, let's go back and take a look at what Gene Roddenberry had intended for the original series back in the 1960s. When Kirk made out with Uhura on national television, that was groundbreaking wokeness. That was so woke, it changed fucking history. Right? Yep. It was so, and a lot of stuff we saw on that show was absolutely woke. Left-leaning ideologically based politics find their way into science fiction constantly. If you think about any society in science fiction where there is more or less altruism, right? Or what do I want to use here? Any kind of non-commodity based system. That's essentially a left-leaning policy right there. That's one of the reasons why people right now are freaking out over this whole staying home thing, because they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do, so they're running out of. They're running out of things. Let's see here. Is To Kill a Mockingbird woke? Definitely not.
Gregory Peck, he's one of my favorite actors.
But it's not. Well, it's the story of Atticus Finch and Boo Radley and everything. And is it woke? No, but no. I mean, I wouldn't call it woke. But if you apply it to the same logic of Emmett Till, even though I think the book was written before then, But if you apply that logic in regard to civil rights movements, 100%, like, and but look at what it's calling out. It's calling out false accusations. I mean, and what sparked the civil rights movement back in the 1960s? The fucking lynching and burning of a 13-year-old who didn't touch that woman inappropriately, never touched her at all, and his sacrifice, as horrible and tragic as it was, led to a whole group of people being recognized as actual people. And so, like, in that essence, there was a positive that came out of it. But still, I mean, no, it's not woke to call. I mean, that was false accusations happened a lot back then. Let's see here. Is Blazing Saddles woke? No, but Blazing Saddles right now is on Hulu, by the way.
It is.
It is on Hulu. I'm gonna I was flipping through tonight. I'm like, ooh, I'm so gonna watch me some Blazing Saddles. Let's see here. Watchmen is not woke, because I was asked the question. Racism is just the premise. Yeah, well, racism exists. You know, I think we do ourselves a fundamental disservice.
I thought the show has so much potential to have another season, to be honest with you.
Well, I think it's going to happen. I do. I think it's going to happen. That show did so well.
Yeah.
Ratings wise, despite what some dipshit dumbass motherfuckers would say. Dude, it's good.
I just got HBO again. We're watching His Dark Materials. I'm watching Westworld, which is amazing.
I haven't seen season 2 or 3 yet. So
no, just season 3 is amazing. Season 2
I heard season 2 sucks. But 3 is really good.
Max, is this the one with Aaron Paul's in it?
Yeah, it's really good.
I actually heard that HBO Max
old.
announced that they're going to be streaming on May 27th.
Man, all you fuckers got here late. I covered all this in the first half hour of the show.
Yeah, where are you guys?
I was making a video.
Well, Max was busy. Brian was here. And I don't know where you were, Josh. And
I was
frankly
chasing
disappointed
dogs
in you.
down the street.
God damn it!
I made a video about sources.
Ooh, I heard you talk about that earlier in one of your videos. I was listening as I was doing deliveries tonight. Let's see here. Best National Lampoon movie. I know there's a whole bunch of them. People are gonna probably say Animal House. That's the classic.
I've actually never seen a single one.
I think it's, to me personally, it boils down to 2. I'm gonna say 3.
You can't make those anymore, I don't think.
No, they made them for a while because they were just doing. I actually did a PA job at the National Lampoon's building in Sunset Boulevard, back in 2012. Yeah. I did a 1-day job with like the YouTuber Daystorm.
Yeah.
We shot at his place, and like he lived around the corner from me in North Hollywood, and then like we went to the studio and shot. Anyway, for me it's Christmas Vacation, Van Wilder.
Right.
I think because that movie when it came out, I was like 19, so it was just one of the funniest. That's what put Ryan Reynolds on the map for so many people.
Okay.
Yeah, right. It's Ryan Reynolds Unchained. That's why when we joke, my friends and I, we would joke about Ryan Reynolds needing a movie where they would just release him. And then we got, Deadpool. And then we're very happy with that. And then also, this is going to sound really bad, National Lampoon's Senior Trip.
Oh, really?
Well, I love it for one. But there's a certain person in that movie that at the time had no real career, and then went on to star in a Pizza Hut commercial before getting cast in an indie film called The Hurt Locker, which is what then opened the door for him to join the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Hawkeye.
Oh yeah,
really? One of Jeremy Renner's first movies is National Lampoon's Senior Trip. It is as bad as you might think.
Yeah,
but I always loved it when I saw it back in the day.
I like European Vacation too.
European Vacation is good. Yeah. I did watch that one a lot, because every time you hear like ah ha 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 dun 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 dun, you just think about you just think about Amy Heckerling and doing that movie.
Yes.
Vacation is great, but see, I think out of the vacation movies, the Christmas Vacation I kind of feel is like the best one.
It's the top. It's the classic Chevy Chase movie. It's just so quoted. I mean, when I was working ThinkGeek back in my seasonal job, we sold a crap ton of the Moosehead cups. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, we would just watch it on TV back where I lived, but I mean, it's just to me, it's just the funniest one. But there's a lot of, was it Garrick here saying something about the worst National Lampoon movie? Oh, I don't know, dude. They have DTV films that are pretty terrible. Maybe The Rise of Taj, Van Wilder 2. But I will say though, if you look at some of the films that came out of the American Pie franchise, because they did 1, 2, 3, and then they did a whole bunch of straight to DVD films.
Right.
And those were actually all right. Like they did like The Naked Mile, which had Eugene Levy pop up quite a bit. Jim's dad like went back to college to like he just popped up in it quite often. And then they did, I forget the first one that they did, but it was a Stifler's younger brother going to band camp, basically.
Oh, yeah.
And it was actually a solid movie. I was very surprised that it was good. Sometimes you get those DTV films that are actually like pretty good, you know, because you go like, oh, I would never see this otherwise. There's one called Homegrown. It's a pot comedy out of like the late 90s with like Billy Bob Thornton and Ryan Phillippe, like Ted Danson, Bon Jovi's in it. And it's just about like these pot growers in Northern California that get caught up in some shit.
Right.
You know, and it was just a funny movie. It was just a kind of a darker comedy, but still funny nonetheless.
Yeah.
Let's see. Are the American Pie sequels worth watching? Yeah, Garrick, I say check them out.
Yeah. I mean,
you know, definitely.
Yeah.
It might as well. Like I think they're on Netflix too.
yeah. I mean, I just watched it actually recently. I watched the whole trilogy. I watched the first one up to American Wedding. So
I never saw American Wedding. I don't know why. I mean, I think what it was is like at the time I was like, we saw the trailer and I looked at my girlfriend like, oh, hey, you want to go see it? And she's like, no. I'm like, but babe, like, come on, those were like big movies when we were teenagers. And she's like, yeah, but we're not teenagers anymore. And I'm like, says you. My mentality hasn't quite grown up yet.
Oh, Stifler's mom. That never gets old.
Yeah, no, the fact that, you know what bugs me the hell out though is that last July was when American Pie turned 20.
Yeah.
And there was no fanfare for it.
Yeah, that's
None.
interesting.
There was no re-release. There was no special. Not that I could see that there's a special edition, you know, released of packaging or whatever. 20 years. It's like none of that. I was really surprised, and I think it's because where it is then is they couldn't do it now. They could not make American Pie now in this climate. Everyone would just call it like complete rape fantasy, and they would want to just, you know, kill everyone involved. But 20 years ago, that was the kind of shit we saw. Like that's where we don't get comedies like that anymore.
No, and you know what? What made me think. I mean, American Pie definitely was kind of that comedy that was like all high schoolers like, okay, they will go around chasing girls, drink underage drinking, and you know, leading up to college. And I was thinking, well, flash forward, they actually gave a little more inspiration towards like, you know, like the whole scary movie like franchise. I mean, but you just mashed up with a lot of things in pop culture. So I'm thinking, you know what? I had to say this, but thanks, American Pie.
Well, American Pie gave us elements of pop culture too.
Yeah,
and not many.
Almost 3 for me. Thanks for having me on. Thanks everyone.
I'm gonna wrap it up in a minute too. Thanks a lot for coming in, Max. Really appreciate it.
Oh,
so I know I forget we're in a different time.
Yeah. I looked at the time. I was like, oh shit. All right. Good night.
Later on, dude. Have a good one.
All right, later, Max.
Bye.
Yeah, I got to wrap this up myself. I got to be up about 7:40 in the morning. So my girlfriend's all like, I got work and you got to watch the kids. And I'm like, no, please.
Damn it. No.
Let me sleep. Let me sleep.
Let me be my slumber.
I would look. Yeah, that's the hardest part about this whole thing is like, you know, you want to watch. I want to be up all night watching movies. I stayed up last night watching Queeby. I was watching more Queeby from bed. And honest to God, some of this shit on there is pretty damn funny. There's a show. All I saw is like the poster for it, and it's got Nicole Richie.
Oh wow! And
she wants to be this like trap artist called Nikki Fresh.
Right.
And I'm like, okay. And so she's married to Joel Madden from Good Charlotte.
Uh-huh.
You know the song Little Things? Like that was her one big hit. And so like she wants to like do this trap artist stuff for like growing plants, like music for growing plants.
Right.
And it's done like a mockumentary, and she plays it straight. And I was just I was laughing. I was just laughing at it. 'Cause I'm like, for one, Nicole Richie should not be funny.
Yeah.
And she's hysterical in this. I'm like, I got to go back and watch more episodes. So like, there's good little like, and then I think in a couple days we're getting the Reno 911 reboot.
Ooh, yes, really? I saw that.
And they released about a 1.5-minute clip from that, and it looked really funny because it's the whole cast is back.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
I'm like, give me the whole cast. Give me all that stuff. I'm going to be down for that. So hopefully that should be pretty good.
What don't you remember? Who was the IGN? He works for IGN now. He's doing a show back on Comedy Central. It was called like Drinking After Dark or whatever.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he works for IGN now. I forgot. He doing all these bars.
Well, that feels like that feels like a downgrade. Wasn't that David Tell did something like that?
Yeah, David Tell. David Tell works for IGN. He did a show back at Comedy Central.
When the fuck did David Tell work for IGN?
He works for he's been working for IGN for years.
What? I don't think so.
No, I swear to God, he's a host at IGN. I'm not bullshitting you.
No, I just Googled David Tell IGN, and they talk about him a bit, but he's not actually working there.
Well, he does. He does work there.
I think you're thinking of the wrong person. I know there was David Tell would go around to bars and whatnot at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But they've written about David Tell a bunch, but I don't see him actually on there.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, let me see what David Tell's doing these days because I used to like that guy.
Yeah.
All right. What's he doing? Nothing that I can see. He's looking old though. That's for sure. But then again, that kind of hard living and all the booze will do it to you. But that's again, I also feel like a lot of the old comedy that we used to have back in the day, Comedy Central stuff, like they're just afraid of funny at this point.
They are. I mean, my brother actually, believe it or not, he got me into I never heard of him. He got me into a Jim Gaffigan, and he's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, Gaffigan's really funny.
Yeah, it's like he's talking like that voice. What is he saying?
Yeah, there's Jim Gaffigan did a movie for Netflix recently.
Oh, he did.
Really? One where like he is a guy with two families.
Oh wow!
And like his son finds out about the other one, and then shows up to fuck with his dad.
Oh God!
And I need to watch it. I saw a trailer for it. You know what I saw today? I saw the new Adam Sandler.
He's still doing movies.
Well, he's not in it, but it's Happy Madison production.
Oh,
but it's a David Spade movie.
Oh God!
So I mean, it's called The Wrong Missy.
Oh.
And basically it's like David Spade works for some, I think like insurance company or something, and he meets this blonde woman, very attractive. They hit it off. And then he's going to this corporate retreat and he invites her. But what happens is he actually texts the wrong Missy. He texts this girl he went on a date with who is fucking psychotic.
Oh God.
And so he invites her to go with him to Hawaii. So she goes with him, and then it's just she's crazy as shit.
Uh-huh.
And so it's just, and then it's David Spade trying to be the straight guy, and you're just like, dude, you're like, come on, you're like fucking 50. Like, what are you doing? I mean, I love me some David Spade, but I just, the trailer looks pretty entertaining, so I'll give it a watch. And the thing is like the Sandler movies that they do on there, I like because they're just, you know what you're gonna get. They're straightforward. They're funny.
Yeah. Did you like David Spade and Dickie Roberts?
No one liked Dickie Roberts.
Really?
When Dickie Roberts came out, like I think it got a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. I really do. I think it is a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
So you tell me that Rob Reiner did sign up in that movie did for nothing, pretty much.
I mean, like, yeah, that was a movie that I don't even know how the fuck it was made.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're talking. Sorry, Dickie Roberts. I'm thinking that's got a 22%. I was thinking of that Nick Swarsden one.
No, Dickie Roberts with Rob Reiner.
Right. That was right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That one wasn't. It wasn't terrible. Yeah, I saw that one.
Okay. Yeah, he was.
It wasn't because it was his first movie after Joe Dirt.
Yeah, it was.
And everybody just wanted another Joe Dirt.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, believe it or not, that's where my brother's we graduated from high school. I actually got the dish soap on the water slide from Dickie Roberts.
Oh wow, yeah, Bucky Larson is the one that I'm thinking of. Thank you, Garrick. Also, you saying here that That's My Boy is terrible is wrong.
Ooh.
Any movie that can utilize
fucking
Vanilla Ice as a funny supporting character and it has Adam Sandberg or Andy Samberg and Adam Sandler together, I don't give a shit. That movie was funnier than fuck.
Yeah,
I laughed my ass off watching that movie. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Let's see. Con Air or Face Off? That's a tough one.
I'm
gonna go with.
I'm gonna go with Con Air. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Face Off.
Okay.
Yeah, Con Air's my choice.
Because, they're both really good. Con Air is a really good summer action movie.
Yeah.
Face Off is John Woo.
Yeah.
Like Simon West, who is great. I love me some Simon West, especially in the 90s. John Woo.
I really miss Officer Tequila a lot. I mean, there was actually that video game that I used to play in that 360 called Stranglehold. It was actually not that bad.
Oh yeah, that was I actually did a short film. There was a contest back in the day about that. I will find it. It's a very short movie that I made. It is terrible, as per usual when it comes to me.
Yeah.
1 second.
Who's the director again? It was I forgot.
You're thinking of Chow Yun-fat.
Yeah, Chow Yun-fat. Thank you.
Yeah, Stranglehold was a fun, or a Stronghold, or whatever it was.
Stranglehold.
Stranglehold. Yeah, it was a fun
video game. Yeah.
Yeah, I had it because it was like everything with like the dubs and stuff, and that was all.
Yep. Yeah.
That was all just John Woo back then, and I kind of thought that the movie would have done, or the game would have done a bit better. I did rent it, and give it a play. There we go. Okay, so Jesus Christ, this is going to be so fucking bad. And apparently I only have it in 240p.
Yeah.
And the reason why I only have it in 240p is because I had originally made this for a MySpace competition. And so I made it for a MySpace competition, and we shot it in like with film lenses on a Panasonic high definition camera. So it was like one of the top ones at the time that I had invested into. That we had. Okay, let me bring this. This is we shot this in one day at my house.
Wow.
In San Diego. This is let me make sure the volume's on. This is okay, pretty bad.
Trip down memory lane. Dichotomy.
You lost, God boy? I want to talk to your boss. He says go to hell. You first.
That's my actual house, by the way.
Oh my god. Was it living still in Washington?
No, this is in San Diego.
Oh wow.
What the?
I spent a lot of money on black shirts and fake prop guns.
I can see that. You were definitely going crazy 88 with this.
We tried. This took all day.
I can see that.
And there I am.
Oh my god, man. You look way different back then. Dude. Oh my god, man. Jesus Christ.
I wish I had the actual files, like the high
I'm
def.
sorry. I thought he was wearing a free shirt.
You'll never defeat me, Reverend Dove.
He is wearing a free shirt. Never mind then.
So the idea there was it's the dichotomy between good and evil. And we, so what you had was Reverend Dove versus Satan.
Oh my god.
And that was the whole point was that. And so, Marky, who was on here a couple weeks ago, he was the devil. You can't see, but we had actually gotten prosthetic horns.
Oh wow.
And we had put prosthetic horns on him. You can see if I could ever find the full like 720p cut, which is what we had. But we shot that in one day at my house in San Diego. I spent like a lot of fucking money on that 2 minutes.
Wow.
Just getting like I ordered the prop guns from China. I got like a slip and slide that we used there. We didn't like the shot there with the slip and slide. What we had is we had like some old mattresses that were like from like I think like my sister's room or something. So we put those out. So when Noah turns and he does that back jump, like we actually had like mattresses for him to land on. I think we did it about 4 or 5 times. So my buddy Brian and I had to just collapse on the ground a bunch, like, and that was like all hard packed dirt and stuff.
Ugh.
But that was like I called like everyone I knew in. I'm like, yeah, hey, come on in. We had what you can't see in the opening of that was like we had the shut gate. If you look, I'll bring it up again. But if you look at the beginning of this, you can kind of see what's that car right there.
Oh my God!
Is that
freaking, DeLorean?
That's a DeLorean. Yes,
Oh my
that was
God.
the DeLorean. That was my cinematographer at the time. His name is Ace. That was his DeLorean, and you can't really see it, but that's my Mercedes right next to him. And then also, so yeah, we had the DeLorean there, which we use the DeLorean a lot in projects because we could fucking use a DeLorean. Like, why wouldn't we use a DeLorean?
Oh my God.
And so yeah, that's my buddy Mark right there who gets shot in the head. And then we have this. So you see this like this light lamp bulb right there.
Yeah.
So what you can't see is that, and even to this day, this was shot in 2007, and even to this day, there's a fucking beehive in that stucco right there.
Oh my
and
God.
the bees were going nuts. And my cinematographer, because I directed this, by the way, so I actually directed this. My cinematographer is allergic to bees, and he got stung in the eye.
Oh.
So we had to really work around that, and to his credit, he actually did a lot of shit. But yeah, I give Noah credit here for actually playing the part pretty well. Like this shot right here, where it's an actual, like, check this out, like, see how it's tracking?
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually brought a dolly. We set up a dolly.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
And then did it. I probably should have cut it a bit more here, but you know, like again, like so that gun that he has with there, that shotgun, that's a riot grip fucking pellet gun. It's like an airsoft gun.
God.
Right? And then so he's got that right there. And then Dell, my friend Dell, is using it. It's like just a little like airsoft pistol that I found.
Oh, wow.
That I painted it. And then if you notice later on, after he comes running this way, let's see here. Right when so he shoots my friend Jeff right there, because Jeff's holding just another gun. And you know, so if you look right here, I'm holding that same riot grip pellet shotgun again. And then my friend Brian, that's my oldest friend Brian, he came over too. Yeah, that was me, like after I had right before then, I had grown my hair out by 15 inches. So imagine how long the blonde hair, the guy's hair is right there. My hair was about that long too. I'd recently just cut it, and I was like about probably 6 months before I grew the beard.
Wow.
And so yeah, I was definitely I mean, like I was porky as fuck. I'm still porky, but I was porky as fuck. I mean, just this, like, it was hot all day, and I was wearing this black shirt, so it was really stuck to me. So it makes me look like a boulder, like a human boulder. And I hate that, but it's like, yeah, so we did all this. Again, we took like roughly all goddamn day. Like you can see the sun starting to set right here compared to like the sun here. We shot, this was I think around like maybe noon or whatever. And then around this time it was about like maybe 6 p.m. or something. This is how long it takes to do these things. People don't realize, you know, it takes that long. I could probably shoot it a lot faster now. And then this was about 7 o'clock, which is like why the light was coming down as much as it did. We probably should have shot this earlier in the day. We tried matching it to the best of our ability in the edit, but it turned out all right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like what Jess Mars here says. Hi, this is Netflix. You're greenlit. Yeah. Let me do one of my movies. But on that note, guys, I actually have to wrap this up because I need to get to bed. But I do appreciate everyone coming on. If you guys are here, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you to Mash for coming on by. Thank you to Josh and Brian for coming on in, and we'll be back on tomorrow night with more stuff. Remember, you guys can submit questions. Did I take back any of the black shirts? No, I didn't take back any of the black shirts. Those are the most uncomfortable black shirts. I bought those in bulk from a t-shirt company that was in town, and they were like $1.70 a pop. But they were like the type of like thicker polyester types. So they didn't breathe at all. They didn't breathe. They were just like, I mean, I think I bought everyone pizza and we had drinks and stuff all day. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate my friends coming and helping out for the day, spending their Saturday, getting knocked around, and they all seem to have a good amount of time doing it and shit. I mean, it's no hillbilly hunting.
No, it's not.
Did I showed you guys that, right?
No, I don't believe you.
Don't think so. No.
Okay, I should go to bed, but
you should, but
you should.
fuck my life.
Hey, you're the one who brought it up.
I know. I wish Mark was here because he fucking hates this.
Matt, I think the 240p P is your signature channel thing.
I know, but I mean, you don't understand how bad. Let's see here. It's on Vimeo. It might actually be on there. Let me double check. I might have moved it over to this old channel. This is like my first YouTube channel. Do I have it here? Hold on. There's. No, I'm not seeing.
Oh God.
Maybe it's down here. This is back when there was a while where they wouldn't do any kind of. You could. Wait, what am I hearing feedback on?
Oh, hold on.
Okay, we're okay. Like, cause you're talking, Brian, and I'm like, I don't know if you're responding to me or whatever. Let's see. All right, wait. Is there anything? Am I still live or what's going on?
No, you're still here. You're still here.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Josh is like,
now. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Brian, you got to get a new headset, man.
I know. Sorry.
Razor.
I got to switch to my laptop.
All right. Let's see. Let me try to log into Vimeo. It's been so long since I have attempted to log into Vimeo. Hey, what do you know? It worked. Holy crap. Okay. Vimeo. Do you know Vimeo is actually older than YouTube?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
You wouldn't think much about it, but it absolutely is. Okay. This is a bunch of other all right. Oh wow. Oh my God. There was a short film that we did making fun of Jamie Lynn Spears. I won't show it here. I'll show you guys privately because it's a cancel culture thing. It's pretty bad. So let me bring this up here. Okay. So I will just show you guys. This is so fucking terrible. Okay. We'll just do the first couple minutes of it because it's like 11 minutes. And I don't feel like torturing everybody for that long. Okay. So this is from 2005. This is that's my garage. That's me in a wife beater. That's Marky, who was the Reverend in that short film. Or no, sorry, the devil, and then Noah is the Reverend. This is actually 2 years before we shot that. The premise of this, or how this came to be, it was like the beginning of August 2005. We were chilling. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and we're like, let's make a movie. And we're like, okay, well, what do we have? Whatever I had in my room, which was a blonde wig from when I dressed up as my friend and I did a Jay and Silent Bob cosplay. And my friend had a whole duffel bag full of like weaponry that for some reason he brought, like fake guns and stuff. So this is, yeah. Let's just check it out. Yeah. Welcome to my shame. Hillbilly hunt with Jimmy and Earl.
Woo, doggy.
Well, howdy, y'all. My name is Jimmy. I'm Earl. That's Earl. And we're here for another episode of Outdoor Network's Hunting with Jimmy and Earl. Now, we're hunting something special today. Something the old other hunting shows ain't too scared to go after. We're going after goth kids.
You're gonna piss.
Now, see, your average goth kid, he's kind of thin, pale-faced, not very good for eating. But they get some good trophies out them some bitches. I'll tell you what.
$500 for one of them pearly bracelets, spiky bracelets. That's what it is.
Heck yeah.
We got ourselves a hot tip. Someone called in over the CB line, told us that there is a very live goth kid somewhere in this shed right over here. Now, I don't have the equipment to take him on personally, but we're going to lure him out with some bait. We got ourselves this fishing net. a Hot Topic gift card, and a Duran Duran CD. Now, these kids love this Duran Duran. I don't know why. Because I'm going to take this, and I'm going to slip it on in, and I'm going to lure the sucker out with that Duran Duran CD. Because I do have a special weapon up my sleeve tonight. We got this here UV light. Now, UV stands for ultra... hell, I don't know. But it's natural, and it hurts. So, get ready for anything to happen, because I don't know what's going to happen. Here, Gothy. Gothy, come here. Come here, boy. You know you want this Hot Topic gift card. $10 off. First purchase. Come here. Get it. Wait. Come on. Get it. Come on. Oh, shit. Come on. Get it. Oh, my God. Oh, the shit.
Yeah, he lit himself on fire like 5 times.
Come here. I'm not going to hurt you much. Come here. Oh, shit. Get.
Now we got something special right on here for you. See, we went and caught ourselves a genuine live golf kit. Now all it took was to bait his ass was a Hot Topic gift card and some Duran Duran CDs. Now, regrettably, he already ate the Duran Duran CD.
Give me a reason, boy.
But luckily, he himself is still intact. We just wanted to bring him on out for you so you can get an idea of exactly what we are hunting today.
Fucker.
Hey, get that bit away from him. He don't need no PR.
The camera guy was like adding his own commentary from time to time.
As you can see, these are wild creatures. Let me do it, boss. Let me do it. He needs to die. No, calm down, son. We got to take him to the zoo so they can put him on display. The zoo's paying money. Look at that. I know, isn't it pretty? We could get at least $500 for that kind of coat. Wait, what the hell is this? That's a bullet hole.
No, it's Trent. It's Trent. I only trained it.
Either way, you dented the damn coat. Now we ain't gonna get nothing but half price.
That's not half price. We can fix it. All I need is some more duct tape and some black spray paint. They won't know the difference.
Man, that ain't never gonna work.
But shit. What we gotta do?
Back when I was a smoker.
We got to turn him.
How old were you when you did this?
23?
I like the way you think. Right.
Yeah.
This is 15 years ago. This is 15 years ago this August.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. See, look at the way he's squirming right underneath that. Yeah. Now, you tell us what we want to know. You tell us.
Watch out. Maybe we...
What the hell happened to your hand?
Nothing.
That don't look like nothing, look like a bite mark. Tell me this little piece of shit didn't just bite you.
He didn't bite me. I fell some glass outside.
You better hope so.
Yeah, it was...
Because this is contagious shit. You're gonna turn into a goth kid by the next full moon.
There's no such thing. That's not gonna happen.
It is too. It's just like werewolves.
You tell us what you're looking for. Tell us what you're looking for right now.
He literally broke like my grandmother's antique chair.
Oh shit!
You tell us.
Right now.
I will take this hammer and I will break your Bjork CD.
You know what?
This is like King of the Hill.
He needs beer. You pour that down his throat. That'll get him good. Yeah, you're gonna become one of us. Yeah. Dennis! Go to Dennis! You find us all. There's no Dennis. No more Dennis for you.
Shit. This is so bad. I was laughing my ass off. I didn't know what to do.
Put him down. He's getting a bit too wild. We put him back up in this
15
chair.
years later, we need a sequel to this. We need another one, man.
Chair. She brought that down all the way from the Ozarks. This some bitch done
Oh, you see that? You see that case of Corona right there? That's like 6-month-old, and Noah was drinking it in between shots.
God.
Yeah, I make it in my bathtub. It's a special brew of bath water, hops, and barley. Now, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is wrong with your head?
Don't make... What?
He bet you didn't he?
What?
He bet you didn't he?
Why doesn't that girl call me anymore?
What is wrong with you?
I can't.
Are you or are you not from the great state of Alabama?
I can't help it. I feel like when I failed that test in 6th grade.
No, you're not.
That's
Fuck
enough
your
of that. You need to get your head on straight, or I swear to God I will shove this boot right up your ass. Now, we're back to working on this, boy. You get your shit together.
He literally kept slapping me.
All right. Now we're gonna slowly turn him into a redneck. Surely, but for good.
Bring out his cousin. What the? Goddamn lawyers.
Now,
This is so
who is the
bad.
source? You tell me, and maybe I'll give you some beer. You like that, wouldn't you? You like that? Yeah, that's good. Now tell me what I want to know. Tell me who the source is, and I'll give you some beer. It's good. Jim Morrison? Jim Morrison? Jim Morrison is dead! That don't help me none. You tell me what I want to know. Well, past the niceties, you tell me what I want to know. Who is the
Where
source?
the fuck you go?
I think I'm the one holding the camera at this point.
Oh.
This was safety. This was absolutely entirely ad-libbed. It was all ad-libbed. We just kind of set up a scene and went with it.
Michael Jackson?
Ain't that the best way to go?
You're telling me that Michael Jackson is the source of the God Kid.
Michael Jackson.
He was actually being choked right there too.
All right, we got a name.
Oh, there I
Now we
am.
just need a plan. And since Earl is pretty much useless, sitting over there crying over pure, get out of here. I guess it's just up to me. I just want to hug you. I'm gonna hug you with my boot in about 3 seconds. You don't get off me, boy. All right. York loves you. I swear to God, someone's gonna die by the end of this night. Right now, here we are. We got Mikhail over right there at that trailer. Now we gotta keep quiet. We're gonna sneak up on him, and since Toby's newly reformed, I'm gonna let him do the honors. Toby. That's right. That's your name. It's me. That's you. That's good. Now, come on. We're gonna.
That's it. I believe that was a Roots reference. I didn't learn that till later. Your name is Toby. No, my name is Kunta. Your name is Toby. I think that was a Roots. Yeah. And remarkably insensitive, to be fair.
Mikhail. He's in there.
Notice how he has that axe.
You get in there. You turn on the lights.
Okay.
Around.
I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but yeah.
Don't want him getting away.
This is like 4:30 in the morning.
Oh my God.
You hear me? My parents were like 20 feet away.
Oh my God.
And there was like 8 of us out there at like 4:30 in the morning.
I was like, what the fuck are you doing, Matt?
No, they were chill. They were chill. They were chill.
Hey, someone open the door.
Now watch what happens. Watch what happens.
Okay.
Notice how he.
How'd it go in there?
So he's holding that axe.
Like this is
It
another
landed
successful
blade
hunt.
side up, and his head
Check
landed
back on
next
Earl,
to
see
it.
how he's doing.
Holy shit.
He,
Toby,
he,
come
le-
on, Toby,
he legitimately almost died falling out of that camper.
That's fucking lucky.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Well,
All right, so we had ourselves another successful hunt tonight. Earl's back to being his old honorable son of a bitch self. Get out of here with your bitches. Anyway, you step on my foot, motherfucker. Oh. We've been having a great time here tonight, but there's one thing that hasn't been funny, and that is spilling beer. I'd like to say a big thank you to our sponsor, Billy Bob Beer.
so that Corona that he's drinking is actually 6
y'all
months
tune in
old
next time.
and had been
We're going
in
after the mythical-
that garage all summer.
Damn.
Yeah. So again, we do add a little thing at the end here. I'm very sorry you watched any of this. So that was the edited version of Hillbilly Hunting. There's actually I have on here. That was the 11-minute 8-second version. There is a 17-minute version of it that's on here.
Jeez.
Yeah, there's a 17-minute version that's there, and I'm like, wow.
Okay, so in August we need a sequel.
No,
Guys,
no.
chat, we need a sequel.
No, we are fine. We don't need a sequel. I will show you this one. Okay, so I've shown you guys some shitty things that I've made. This actually, I think, was kind of cool. This was a short film we shot in my house in 2008. And
It's a series of Queeby.
it's a series on Quibi. Do it. Can I pitch? Yes, I'll pitch it. Call it Mark. Hey, Mark, we're going to be heading down to Tijuana to find ourselves a wereperson. Can't call them a wolf no more because they identify as too many of adults. So it's a wereperson. We're going to be, we could do, I could probably do something like that. Sequel. Yeah. No, that was, I mean, look, we shot that. We literally, Taylor here is like, that's hilarious. Dude, you knew me back then. So, I have bad ideas. Yeah. Because we went to the same film. Taylor and I, we know all the same people who do film in San Diego. So it's call Queeby. This is a short one that I did. This one I like. This one's called Alone. It stars my sister. And it was my attempt at doing like just like a horror film, like a thriller that we shot, I think in like an evening at my house. I haven't watched this in like 10 years, over 10 years.
Pitch to Kevin Smith.
And it's in 240p because that's all I got.
Majestic. Oof, that piano music. Adult Swim, yeah, they take anything.
They would take anything, yeah.
What was that, ramen?
Yeah,
high quality stuff.
High quality filmmaker food right there.
Hell yeah, boys! That's when you get the 12-pack.
I was trying to go for more of like a avant-garde type film on this. I was trying a different aesthetic.
I can see that. I can feel that. So how long did it take for you guys to come up with the music for this?
I think I found it on like archive.org or something.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. But the idea there is just this girl going through her nightly thing alone, like it's meant to feel like there might be something there.
Mm-hmm.
I forget. I think I did the editing on this one.
I mean, the editing's really solid. Just the
music. I know. I'm terrible with music beds. That's something. This is the kind of shit you would see on MySpace back in the day, by the way.
God, MySpace.
And there's my spin. By the way, that was me.
Ouch.
That was me. That was all me. Yeah, I wanted. I actually showed that to a. I screened it at a short little film thing in San Diego, and it got to the end, right? And that whole thing happened. And I'm looking at it now. I realize I should have probably cut the editing. I could have cut it a bit faster, but everyone in that audience groaned. And they went like, Jarbo. And I'm like, what? And they're like, it was so good till the end. I'm like, what? I thought the end was fine. Like, no, you had to just fuck it up, didn't you? And I'm like, but it was like, she was clearly being watched the entire night by a weird dude that might resemble me. So, like, it's what it is. So the safety here says that jump scares me. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to shoot something that was, actually, well, the story behind that was, my buddy had bought these lights, shop lights, and he was like, "Oh, hey, why don't we you know, like I'll give them to you if you promise to use them in a movie, right? And like within the next week. And so I said, all right. So I don't know why I wanted these lights. I could have gone and bought them myself, but whatever. So I just kind of like they were free. So I just wrote this little 2.5 minute short film that we just shot in I think like an hour and a half.
Not bad.
And we just put it together and put it out there. And then I didn't put it out there. I think I dumped it to Vimeo, you know. But we shot it. I think we shot that on I want to say on my Sony mini DV camera. I think we shot that, but it looked okay. I was really surprised. I think it came together pretty well. Let's see. Queeby would pick up that glorious 240p short film. Yeah, 100%. I used to dump a lot of my smaller shorts on oh my god, I want to show you guys this one, but I also don't
need to go to bed.
Well, I have to do that too. But well, there's one I got up here. It actually would get me arrested to if whatever. I went to an abandoned airport base or Air Force base. It's a 15-minute thing. We watched that, but I will show you guys this. It is as bad as it's 34 seconds. I don't know why the quality is only 360p.
That's terrible. It needs to be 240.
Yeah. Let me just make sure it's full thing here. So this is what we did at the time in order to essentially make fun of the whole Jamie Lynn speech. We shot this while we were shooting alone, while we were setting things up. So, okay. I take no responsibility for this. All right.
Hey, Jamie Lynn Spears.
Hey, Casey.
I see that you're pregnant.
Yeah. Pretty pregnant.
You gonna keep it?
Yeah, that's what the Bible says.
Knows who it is?
Yeah, it's yours.
Oh. Hey, isn't that the Bible?
What?
Falcon! Punch!
Yeah. Yeah.
Matt. Well, you never said you were a good person.
That was from like 2008, I think. So like that was like so long ago. And what's funny was I actually uploaded that to like just like a whole brand new YouTube channel, right? And I just put it out there, and that thing got like 60,000 views.
Nice.
And a lot of hatred, but I don't know which channel it was on. I honest to God don't remember. It was Angry Fear says another time. It was totally another time. My sister would like murder me if I'm gonna bring that up at her wedding though. I think that's be pretty funny.
Do
be like, hey, look what I found. No, you bastard. Yeah. So I made a lot of really, really god awful things way back in the day, and ultimately, like I only regret some of them. I regret. I mean, there's a
tiny
lot
bit, 1% of everything.
Well, but like not everything is like as terrible as it could be. Like, I'll show you. I really should go to bed, but I'll show you guys this one.
He says he wants to go to bed, and yet
I know, but like
he's stalling.
I enjoy looking at my past work, So here's another reason why I wanted to bring up the whole Seagal thing too. So back in 2008, they did a competition for the Steven Seagal. It was like his biography or something, or some biography someone had written. So they wanted to find the Steven Seagal short films that would be, this is for Ain't It Cool News.
Oh.
And they wanted to find all these Steven Seagal short films that would be, like in the vein of Seagal. Well, I don't have a budget for that, nor do I have the technical prowess, as we've witnessed by my dichotomy short film. So I had a different take on it. And this take was more of kind of like a behind the scenes documentary take. And this is an idea that I wanted to do for an actual web series at the time, and I just kind of put it together. But this is called Solarized, a Steven Seagal fan film.
All right, everyone, we're going to take 10 doing an interview, so shut up. All right. Hi, how's it going? My name's Chuck Wilbury. I'm here today to tell you about my new action movie, Solarized. It's the new Steven Seagal flick coming out next summer, and I want to tell you guys all about it. What we got right now is we got a special sneak peek at the final action sequence, and you guys are going to go crazy over it, I swear to God. This whole thing came to be because my father loved Seagal back in the day, loved Under Siege because it was Die Hard in a battleship, and then he loved Under Siege too because it was Die Hard in a train. They came up with this idea. It's Die Hard in an office building. It's perfect, it's brilliant. So we got Seagal on board, we got it ready to go, and what I'm going to show you guys is just this last little sequence here. It starts off with an establishing shot of this building. John and Zeus' Solar Company, right? And you go to the boardroom. You have a group of guys in there. They're interrogating, trying to get information out of this good guy. And then the door opens up, and it's Seagal. And he's like, give me my friend back. And they're like, fuck you. So he goes and he freaking shoots one of them. Guy takes a bullet right in the head. All of a sudden, bam! Guy drops the gun. Gun goes off. Shoots the other guy. And that guy falls, and I got 2 dead. Just Seagal and the bad guy. Bad guy's not done yet. He just goes, ninjas! And like 5 ninjas break through the double reinforced plate glass behind them and land. And they're all, well, Seagal doesn't fuck around. He takes his pistol, throws it at one of them, hits the guy right in the head. He goes falling down. That guy's sword flies up. He goes, right into the guy's head, cutting him right in 2. Then goes, cuts off another guy's head. Now it's just him and 2 more ninjas. All he's gonna do, he goes, sword fights one of them, pales him with it. Now he's just swordless, taking on one last ninja. He goes right into his Aikido moves. Now he fucking knows his Aikido. So snaps his neck right. So that's as much of this movie as I can show you guys right now. But I got this awesome surprise. You guys are gonna freak out. You guys are gonna flip out if you love the environment. Believe me, end of the movie, we got Seagal alongside of Al, Nobel Peace Prize and soon to be motherfucking Oscar winning Gore, giving a speech, harmonious. It's amazing. You're going to love it. Look for the movie July 4th, 2010. I'm Chuck Wilbury. Hey, you what? What?
What are you doing?
Get off my set. Get go.
Chuck? Charlie? What are you doing here?
You go away now.
What are you doing here? You don't even work here anymore.
Get out of here. Go. You're ruining my movie.
What movie?
You're ruining my movie. Solarized. $180 million budget. Go.
You don't even have
I'm calling the cops. I will call the freaking cops.
I'll call the cops.
You call the cops.
I'm calling the cops.
You call all the right. I got some call. We will fuck your shit up. Keto, man. Keto. Bitch.
Yeah, so that we actually shot in the summer of 2008. We shot that on a sound studio, actually.
Nice.
We that was where we were kind of working at the time in San Diego, and so that was actually the backdrop was all green screen. I shot that in front of a green screen.
Oh, I couldn't tell.
You couldn't tell. Even the chairs weren't green screen, but like the actual backdrop was green screen, and then I drew the storyboards, which are clearly like horrible. Yes. And then my friend Anthony helped me edit it, and then he added the motion in Final Cut to the storyboards to make them work out. So yeah, I'm actually proud of that one. As bad as it is, it's like that was actually a lot of fun to make. And yeah, Safety's like that argument went on for way too long. I didn't really have a place to end it. We just kind of went with it. But I ended it on the bitch, which I thought was funny. But you're right. It did go on a bit too long. These are things you learn down the road. You know, in the moment, you're like, oh man, this is great. Everyone's going to love it. No, clearly. So yeah, there's again, a lot of horrible things I made. If you've ever wondered why I just stick with audio commentary, it's because that's, I think, my foray at this point. But yeah, I've done a lot of crazy shit, a lot of crazy little things here. So I had fun. Anyway, I had fun showing you guys. The 9 of you who are here,
Yeah, those are
you got to see something that not a lot of other people got to see, which is a look at my terrible movie past. And so anyway, I appreciate it. So, all right. I will see everyone tomorrow night. I'll be back. Send your questions, 3bucktheater.com/contact. Hopefully the website will be worked on here soon. I have a friend currently working on it that will help me get it way more optimized. And all right, everyone, have yourself a great one and peace out.